Hey, Shalom, Makim. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that teach His word in our true faith and sincerity. And yeah, today I just want to title this lesson as the prophecies unfold. Because as each day go by, things are becoming more clearer. Things are making more sense. This is the appointed time Yahweh Shema Shah promised these things to take place that's written within the scriptures. You know, and there's plenty of videos and articles and, interviews, showing that we are in the last days, man. Proving that what was written in the scriptures, you know, is sure, is reality, you know. So, and now this is the time where you actually got to entertain this teaching, because this is the only thing that makes sense now, man. So this is from Reuters.com, and it reads, New York may tap National Guard to replace unjabbed healthcare workers. So as you can see, this man, his military is becoming more involved in everything now. This is the tool he's going to use to implement his New World Order, his military, you know. That's why this man is trying to condense you to get used to seeing a motherfucker every day in army fatigues and tanks and MRAPs and shit everywhere, man. This is what's about to take place on planet Earth. Now you actually have to entertain the idea of martial law and these different concentration camps. You know? Because you can't say they ain't on the U.S. soil now. You can't say these troops ain't on U.S. soil. You can't say, you can't deny dealing with these military vehicles being shipped throughout Babylon and strategic areas. You can't deny those things. It was gonna get to the point you actually gonna have to consider and acknowledge, these things, man. It's not far-fetched now. So, going to the article, it reads, New York Governor Kathy Hochul is considering employing the National Guard. See? Mercenaries, pretty much. It says, and out-of-state medical workers to fill hospital staffing shortages, with tens of thousands of workers possibly losing their jobs for not meeting a Monday deadline for mandated Crown 19 jabs. See, so they already expecting, tens of thousands of healthcare workers to, not bow down to the image, man. Not to take the jab, you know. They already expecting, so they plan is to bring forth the military, the National Guard, to so-called replace, Well, this is how the devil get down, man. But we seeing these things, and now you can see, now you can actually entertain the idea of martial law. Like I said, concentration camps and things of that nature. Because we seeing events that's leading towards it, man. We seeing the different steps that can lead towards that event. That's actually leading towards this event. Because all these things will surely come. Matter of fact, let's get some real quick. These things are surely going to come, man. Let's get some real. The book of Peter. 2 Peter 1 and 19. It reads, we have also a more sure word of prophecy. See, whereunto that ye do well that ye take heed. See? Because hearkening unto this, it means you'll be able to, be preserved, man. When you read in Ezekiel the 33rd chapter, tells you, whoso heareth the sound of the trumpet, preserve his soul, man. Because now you can anticipate the danger instead of reacting to that gut shot. You weren't expecting to get hit in the gut. But when you do, you're going to fall apart because you weren't anticipating the lick, man. So it said you'll do well if you take heed. It says, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place. See, we're not in the dark. Prophecy is light, man. Now you can see. You can actually see what's going on. And this is what's helping us navigate through the depths of the dark region. The dark regions of Babylon, the depths of Babylon. It says, as a light that shines into a dark place until the day dawn and the day star rise in your heart. See? So this prophecy is light, man. But it's sure as well. If you got a light, you can see what's ahead. So if I say stop, because there's a stop sign ahead, I'm sure because the light is showing that there's a stop sign ahead, man. And we're giving the people a heads up. There's troubles ahead, martial law, the money's gonna crash, power outages. These things are in the near future. Not, it can be within 24 hours. Everyone's lives will drastically change in one way, form, or fashion. This how serious and volatile this thing is, man. This is Psalms 19:7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. It said, the testimony of the Lord is sure. See? Making wise the simple. And that's what makes us wise. The Lord has put us on game by sharing, giving us this testimony. Sent forth his eyes, which is the spirit of prophecy. He has put us on game. Now we'll become wise now. And what I said to the young man, knowledge and discretion, which is ultimately prophecy. This is what makes us wise, man. Anticipating the things that's coming, now we know the different decisions to make, man. But these things are here. It's unfolded. It's being made clear and obvious what we've been talking about through the spirit and power of Yahweh by small shot. Because this was the time the Lord was talking about, man. Let's see. Let's go back to the article. Okay. It says the plan out the health workers to include licensed professionals of the states and countries as well as retired nurses. So it's a state of emergency, meaning a lockdown. Martial law, and it's going to be a medical martial law. So you definitely going to be in your house. But that's just another way of saying bringing in the sword. And they say they're going to declare state, because that means get ready to see tanks and drones and roadblocks and shit everywhere, man. Well, this is beginning stage. This is going to happen everywhere, man. And this is taking place in New York, which the brother R. brought that out last night. That word New York's known the Empire State. Was that word empire going to the first? So ultimately, this is going to be the norm throughout Babylon, man. Seeing these things. Then you're gonna know then that's when you're gonna know. That's when you're gonna be put on game. When reality slap you in the face, man. So it says, Hochul said the state was also looking at using National Guard officers with medical training to keep hospitals and other medical facilities adequately staffed. It says some 16% of the state's 450,000 hospital staffs, or roughly 72,000 workers, have not been fully jabbed, the governor's office said. And that's what it's all about, the unjabbed. And it's gonna even shrink down more. This man's trying to get the ones that have testimony of Yahweh Shai. Because having this information, it was, got this man where he at now. To the point of overthrow. This man's about to send forth his military. you know, out of a bit of rage and wrath. This is the only thing he could come up with, you know. But this is the time, like I said, it's making sense now. It's not like we shoot from the hip with the things. It's articles, videos, interviews, you know. You getting uh, alerts from the apps and shit showing you prophecy is taking place, man. Prophecy is, matter of fact, this is the book of Habakkuk. So like Habakkuk 2 and 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. See, the vision, this certain scene in the movie is for an appointed time, and we're in that time. It tell you at the end, that's when the books will be open. That's when we'll be able to narrate what's taking place throughout the planet Earth, because that's when it was going to make sense. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. See, meaning what? It's gonna actually manifest, and you actually seeing and speaking. By the way, if you hearing articles, reports are dealing with lockdowns and different cases of food shortages and shit everywhere, man. That's what the scripture's been talking about the whole time. But you seeing it now speaking, it's going to fully manifest when the famine is fully blossomed. When the sword, we're going to actually see the sword play out in its perfection. By the way, these different wars, from a food war, to niggas getting the shootout just over some beans and rice, all the way up to the climax of that, the world war, where missiles will be shot across the planet Earth. We seeing that. We in that time. It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. It said, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. See. But this is the time where these things are taking place. Is now, is manifest. It tells you the end. Matter of fact, let's get there. 2 Ezra 9, verse 5. It says, for like it's all. Well, matter of fact, I started at 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, and that we seeing it now, man. So you actually gonna see what the Lord was saying. See, that's gonna be a literal saying. That's a literal thing. You see what I'm saying? Because you could say that, trying to make a good point, but you actually going to see the famine. You actually going to see martial law and these things that's going to take place upon the planet, especially here in Babylon, man. It said, which I have told you before, because these are the things that was written within the scriptures. See, this was already planned before the movie started. This is already, written. It says, then shalt thou understand, see, that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And this world is dealing with the world of Esau. This is the time the Lord is going to visit this man. But it said we're going to understand. So now when the scriptures talk about arrows, we know clearly. We clearly know what that means now. It's talking about those thermonuclear missiles. When it talks about the wicked, we clearly know what it's talking about, the so-called white man. Because you see through the, everything is now making sense. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen, see, because it's going to get to the point, we're going to see these things play out. And that was going to make, have it to make sense. It said, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and we seeing that, man. Because it is diverse earthquakes, but it's also earth-shaking events. Hey, this crown thing. That was an actual earthquake. That actually shook the planet Earth up because everyone was on a lockdown. Everybody face strapped up with the face diaper. So that was a earth shaking event when that crown came. That shook the earth up. But it's also, you know, literal earthquakes as well. And it said uproars of the people of the world. The sea and the waves roaring, man. This is the time where the Lord is stirring. This is the times are now being stirred up. This man, his reign of terror is over with. So now this is why we seeing these things take place. You know, when somebody finna die, you see it. They begin to cough up blood. They begin to turn pale. You know, you see the life is leaving from their eyes. And that's what we seeing now in this today's society. You know, it says, then shalt thou well understand. See, so as we get closer to that perfect day, we will understand. It's becoming more and more clear. Even the scriptures, you know, talks about the darts of the devil, the fiery darts. Well, all of a sudden, this man literally is trying to get you with that dart, that syringe, that needle. He's trying to prick you, literally. You know? So these things are making more sense. The prophecies are unfolding. It's revealing this. You know, it's being made manifest. It says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. See? It said, for like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. See? And we seeing it now. The end is manifest, man. These things are now making more and more sense as we get closer to the end. You know, this is, I end off on this. This is the book of Jeremiah. See, it might be, this is it. Jeremiah 23, verse 20. It said, the anger of the Lord shall not return until he have executed and until he have performed the thoughts of his heart. See? And where the thoughts of the heart of the Lord is at? The scriptures, man. This is how Yahweh shall show himself. By revealing his mind unto you, which is really the scriptures, man. Tell you, the Lord said he looketh on the inner man. So you don't think that's how Yahweh shall show himself? And he's doing it by the way of the scriptures. But as you can see, it said it pretty much the thoughts of his heart is anger. You know? It said the anger of the Lord shall not return until he have executed and until he have performed the thoughts of his heart. So to let you know, the scriptures filled with death threats. You know? Because when you go into the thoughts of the Lord's heart, which is the scriptures, it's filled with lamentations, mourns, and woe. It says, in the latter days, ye shall consider it perfectly. See? So this idea was going to be, is going to be taught. And it's going to get to the point you was actually going to consider it. And it said perfectly in its fullness. When you actually sit in a concentration camp. You're like, damn, them boys did say in the book of 2 Ezra 16, you know? But as each day go by, we seeing it's making more and more sense. The Lord is showing us we're in the right thing. Oh, it tells you the book of Isaiah, the 55th chapter. As this word rained from heaven, it bring forth in bud. And it said that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater. So this is, the Lord is showing us we're in the right thing. It's satisfying. We hear reports about another lockdown coming, or more mandates and lockdowns and the failing financial structure. That's actually pleasing to our ears because we understand what's written within the report, you know, and that is manifesting. So yeah, I just hold it for edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect that teaches the word in our true faith and sincerity. DTA, Abba. Soon, very soon.